Welcome to the first ever Mockery Draft, brought to you by Clamato Gelato. When you're clamoring for shellfish and booze, choose a warm can of Budweiser Clamato. New Picante Clamato. Spice up your brunch with 22 ounces of chunky clam gelato. From the shady shores of Lake Erie, it's always cloudy in Cleveland, the city that always sleeps. The Big Crab Apple, a completely different Radio City Music Hall. 15,000 foolhardy football fanatics gather ass to elbow inside the distinctively Cleveland auditorium. The Jacksonville Jaguars are on the clock. Urban Meyer is about to make his historic first selection as head coach of the team. And Meyer has another mental breakdown. The pick is forfeited. Better luck next time, Jacksonville. Hard to wake up from a month-long Zach Wilson wet dream they draft the talented Utah quarterback with magic underwear. He has a real chance of not being the worst of the Jets' many failed quarterbacks. I stand corrected. I've been informed not all Utahns are Mormons. With pick number 3, San Francisco lands the QB1. He has all the traits you could ask for in a quarterback except for the desire to play the sport. He's quickly lured to Skid Row for a taste of that San Francisco treat. Heroin, the white lady, riding the brown horse in black pearls. Dope, junk, smack, the big H. Mexican mud. The Falcons near the podium. It's almost mathematically impossible they don't make the pick. Oh no! Virtually dead in the water, the Patriots come from behind and steal the hopes and dreams from Falcons fans once again. Patriots do a 3-way trade, swapping picks, and Robert Kraft is sending 10 more massage therapists to Houston to testify against Deshaun Watson. The Pats select the mom-hipped immobile man from Mobile, Mac Jones. My guy. He chews chewing gum, not bubble gum. Tips 20%. White height, white weight, white speed. He's the white stuff. When I go to sleep, he's the CEO I like to imagine banging my daughter. What? You sound pretty racist when you talk about quarterbacks. Nah. A surprising turn of events. Cincinnati is traded back to number 8 and still gets a Pro Bowl tackle in Rashawn Slater, along with future firsts and seconds, creating a stable organization for years to come. Psych, it's Cincinnati. They rekindle a red-hot college romance between Pinky Pals, Joe Burrow, and just-a-tip teammate Jamar Chase. But it's just to be a spring fling as the Bungles' B-side O-line gets an F+ at protecting the 5-star QB. He's folded like origami paper, over and over and over again. Fighting Fish of Florida sport a stacked squad. They shore up a sore spot on special teams and still make a splash with a sensational specialist from South Beach SeaWorld, Snowflake. Race is out. To wide we draft ya? Let's go live to Lions' new head coach Dan Campbell in the newly remodeled Lions facilities. Whoa my! Somebody update their team needs the warm clothes, canned goods, and higher property taxes. Time to cry, Panther Pride. Tears of joy as you get another number 1 quarterback, or at least a quarterback numbered 1. There's another trade at the 9 slot. The horse head honcho and part-time possum, John Elway, trades every pick, stockpiling for 2024 and landing another Manning, the only quarterback talent the former talented quarterback can identify. The Dallas Cowboys pick is in. The double-neck halfback from Penn State Penitentiary, ward number 014269. Not on my draft board. Just a year sentence. Good behavior, he'll be out by OTAs. He's a great locker room guy. Even better shower room. He can hit all 5 holes, but coming out of prison, he'll probably be more familiar with the 2-hole. Strong, fluid hips. The OGM for the G-men, Dave Gettleman, is on the clock. The Giants get first crack at one of the plethora of talented wide receivers. So many quality players. At least 3 of the 4 will be very competent starters for years to come. Finally, the smartest man in the room. He selects the 5'7" slot receiver from the Saskatchewan Slackjaws, Jacques Lemieux St. Croix. It's a reach item going day 4, day 5. Philadelphia, the nation's birthplace, the home of democracy. Looks like Philly has mailed in their selection. 12,000 identical draft cards for Devonta Smith, all appearing to be identically signed by someone named I'm Not a Dead Guy. Goodbye, Twitter. The Super Bolts pick is in. The Bayside Tiger Rashawn A.C. Slater. This pick brought to you by Clear Up Adult Acne. Clear Up Adult Acne. It was worse. Minnesota's on the clock. The head coach and assistant Cyclops, Mike Zimmer, makes the call for Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah. Unfortunately, he dialed the wrong number. You get General Tso's and shrimp tempura. Choosing for the Arizona Cardinals is GM Steve the Hammer Time Kime. The bald-head, red-eyed Redbird makes the call. He drafts Zach Wilson's red-hot mom. Desperate to appease the head coach's insatiable appetite for untouched tush, he adds a dime piece to the depth chart. This guy's got more sides than a Golden Corral. Brought to you by Golden Corral. Golden Corral. The Gesundheit. The Raiders have their guy. The big edge from Marlboro Meadows, Maryland. Middle school. I get it. He's got all the intangibles. Size, speed, power, great hair. He can set the edge, shed blocks, and tackle in space, but he's inconsistent. Doesn't eat all his vegetables or wash behind his ears. He's got great hands but short arms. Great bend but a little stiff. Great length, but I really question the overall size when it comes to facing other opponents who've also hit puberty. Gotta say, I think he would have been available in rounds to come, maybe in later years. Another overreach by the Raiders. I love it. It's been 5 picks, so Miami's on the clock. Troubling news to report out of Miami. Ex-backup quarterback, part-time fledger, and full-time furry feline, Ryan Fitzpatrick goes Fitz-tragic. Spurned by one too many cuts, he turns domestic terrorist and throws one more bomb. Head coach Brian Flores drafts new bionic arms, becoming the first hybrid coach to own the Brady-less Bill Belichick cuckold. I still don't see the big deal. Further appease a small minority that doesn't even watch football. Dan Woke Snyder opts to change the team's name once again. The place things select. The left winger Sean Hundell. Wrong peoples, but your heart's in the right place. The Chicago Bears are on the clock. Let's take a moment of silence for the Bears class of 2020. Fallen but not forgotten. Hey Bears fans, you still have Cole Kmet. Using advanced analytics of Chicago murder rates, they take any guy from BYU. Indianapolis, the city you drive through on the way to Chicago, selects any lineman at all. The fall for the high-flying Hawaiian Panay Sewell finally stops. Tennessee makes their selection, and it doesn't really matter. They never show up to training camp anyway, so why take the time to learn their name? The Gangrene Gang is on the clock again. It appears the Jets have already bailed on Zach Wilson and select the courageous Trey Lance, South Dakota's first openly bi-bison. Shake that thing, girl. Steelers find themselves with a decimated front 5 and a quarterback who's aged like an open bottle of wine. They're going to party in Pittsburgh like it's 1999 and finishes 4th in the division. Mike Tomlin and the reformed rapist Roethlisberger draft resignation letters and retire. Fuck you, Pittsburgh. Urban Meyer's made a full recovery. He's never felt better. Oh no, another meltdown, and he does the Sabian sideline shuffle into the sunset. America's team, Cleveland, is on the clock. Pragmatically ensemble the deepest roster in the entire league. Yes, you did, Andrew Berry. John D. Podesta makes the call. It looks like the man who sleeps between Google Sheets has his guy. It's the PFF darling, Rudy Rudiger. Look, I get the analytical upside of one play, one sack, but he was uncovered, and the other team was down to their backup punter at quarterback. We don't have any other tape on him. And medical report's not great. He's a 5'8", 190-pound nose tackle. Sure, once you get him in legal residency, he could fill out, but he's 32. He runs a double-digit 40. His vertical says NA. He hasn't played since 93, and he's got weird hobbit legs. I just have some questions. We're all just very fortunate he wasn't living in the boiler room at Penn State in 93, or Rudy'd be a whole nother story. It's Super Bowl or bust in Baltimore. Only this and nothing more. Ray Lewis stabs someone outside the limo door. Again. Lamar Jackson is one of the best cornerbacks in the league, as long as he doesn't have to throw the ball. The Ravens receivers really lack the size to swat down Lamar's errant overthrows. They draft the 7-foot queen of block herself, Robin DeQueef. I love this pick. She has the size and athleticism needed to bat down Lamar's massive air balls. The New Orleans Saints pick is in. Sean Payton picks the talented punter with a rocket arm. After Taysom Hill and Jameis Winston get the 4th and 20, you have to game plan for the dual threat trickster. Sean Payton always has a trick up his sleeve. The Packers pick is in, and why not? The Packers pick a peck of passers and draft Kellen Mound to back up the backup of their Hall of Fame diva quarterback. Let's check in with the Green Bay GM. Oh, looks like they're on auto draft again. The Buffalo Bills are on the clock. They desperately need to add some talent to their depleted defensive line. The pick is in, and they get the big defensive tackle from Miami, Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson. We know exactly how you feel, The Rock. Why do they eat all their meals on the ground in Buffalo? Because they've broken every goddamn table in town. What do you have against tables? Breaking news out of Buffalo. Dwayne "The Rock" Johnson was an FBI informant, leading to the arrest of several prominent figures within the Bills Mafia. A RICO act on those who look. The Kansas City Chiefs are on the clock, making the selection for the Chiefs. Andy "I Am the Walrus" Reed, the jelly-filled genius whose blood type is KC Original. The man who literally has 18 seasons, finishing in the top 2 seeds in the conference, and has only won 1 Super Bowl trophy, selects a blood boy to ease the burden on the coach's overused organs, filtering fresh fluids into a bloated carcass consisting of cheese, steak, and fried curd, prolonging his career for another successful 8 seasons of eventual heartbreak. This pick brought to you by the KC Climate Council, reminding you, if you still drive a gasoline-powered car, stop bitching at me about the climate. The Buccaneers and Benjamin Button Brady are on the clock. Tom Brady's famous avocado ice cream, avocados, raw honey, coconut milk, lime juice, Himalayan sea salt, and a generous portion of HGH. Tampa Bay would be drafting blueprints to build a second trophy case for back-to-back Lombardis. But TB fever has completely engulfed the state of Florida, and Roger Goodell has forfeited their season just out of precaution. The LA Rams check in just to remind us that Sean McVay still looks like he's the last person you'd want to have a beer with. The next to last person you'd want to have a beer with. The Seattle Seabirds would have loved to have participated in the draft, but sadly GM John Snyder fell off the wagon and traded all of their picks for a tiny balloon full of fresh Chinese fin-fin, who was last seen entering the autonomous zone. If anyone has any information, please contact your local community relations liaison and one-time sex trafficker Andre Taylor, Seattle Street Czar. Let's check back in with Detroit. Oh no, the toxic water just fans the flames. Oh, the carnage, the travesty, the blood-curdling cries for help, falling deaf onto fate's unforgiving ears, searing images of horror into my frontal lobe forever. Well, that'll do it for me and Smell Diaper, signing off. Wait, this just in. We have a late-breaking report from Oregon. Trevor Lawrence and John Schneider have been found alive together and have formed a Grateful Dead cover band. due to the intravenous drug use. Both of their minds addled and bodies broken down beyond any past semblance of their former self. But they play bitching Sugar Magnolia. All's well that ends well. A special thanks to our sponsor, Budweiser. Good God, no.
It is said